So this is for the meetup Living with Intention, but it references the meetup Meditation is Prayer. It's a Thursday afternoon, maybe as much as an hour-long event together and just kind of experience a guided meditation together. And it's something that I've been doing for, over 2 years now. And initially we had a topic, and then I kind of it was a bit more free form, and it's become less and less structured as we've moved through it. And so now it's to the point where we get together, okay, we're all here now, and we begin to meditate, and I guide the meditation just sort of based on whatever's coming up for me at the time. And this past Thursday, when the meditation started, I had no idea where we were going with it. But I think it harkened back for me a bit to the conversation that we had on Sunday evening this past week, when towards the end of it, we started talking about God. We had initially, at least, as our byline, this is for people who are spiritual but not religious. And some of us have an operating understanding of God that works for us, and some of us are rejecting that or never had it. But the concept of God is something that really permeates our culture, but is something that's disintegrating. More and more atheists, fewer and fewer people are saying they really have a belief in God. And personally, I have always struggled with the notion of God. I remember a minister who was one of the camp counselors when I was in high school, when he told me that he didn't believe in God. I said, well, he's pastoring a church. You're pastoring a church and you don't believe in God? It's like, it was complicated for him. Well, it's been complicated for me too. And I'm aware that there's a part of me that really wants to have a sense of the nature of God in some sense, but I also require that it not cause me to suspend my scientific worldview, which makes that a little difficult. So I have been working on an understanding of God that fits into a scientific worldview, especially the science of complexity, which is another conversation. We can go into that if you want to. But what I'd like to do for this Sunday evening is to kind of witness to each other around how we are in a struggle with the notion of God. There are some things that are really helpful about having a relationship with God. And there's some things about it that are very problematic, because some people do horrific things because their God said that's who they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to show up. Definitely problematic. And it's, I think we're at a place in our own conversations where we can talk about things where we pretty much know out of the gate that there are no two people in the group who are going to agree. There's a huge amount of diversity around how it is that we understand even about a need for God, much less the nature of God. So I just want to invite us into that conversation Sunday evening. Let's see, where does that take us? What can we each learn from it? And what can we each bring to it? Okay? I'll see you Sunday evening.